What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled The Black Male Experience. May never be enough. Um, Thinking back to, BGS and Ron Wills and the brothers talking about, how the good brothers don't get as much love as other people. In our experience, we gotta admit that it may never be enough. You know, um, Look, when I break it down, when I think about it, remember they had the CDC thing about black fathers are the most involved. That's the complete opposite of what people put out in the world, right? But even with that coming out, I know there are plenty of people who still don't know that, and they believe the stereotype, right? So at the end of the day, a lot of brothers are still getting sabotaged in their parenting and parenting time, and the guys who are no good are propped up as the face of our fathers when life and the statistics basically say something that's the complete opposite, right? But it may never be good enough. Never be good enough. So that's one thing, you know. When it comes to the good men versus the bad men, it's part of our experience that we're gonna always be judged by the rotten apples, the bad apples. Now everybody else, people judge them on the best, of the bunch. When you can see that the best of the bunch isn't their norm, right? But us is the reverse. The worst of our bunch is who we're judged by, and even if we don't fit any of those negative stereotypical narratives, no matter how good we are, we still won't be good enough. You know, it's gotta, people are looking for a nitpicking for a loophole to say, you're just like the rest of them that I have in my mind. So you got to deal with that. You know, then as you get to a certain age, as far as like attractions is concerned, you know, most women within our race and outside of our race think that we're probably the most attractive man in the world and in America. Because as far as racially, we're pretty much bigger than everybody, stronger than everybody, faster than everybody, um, have more testosterone and more masculine than everybody, just as a general thing, you know. You know, um, Sexually, it's already a scientific fact that we are quote unquote bigger than everybody too. So, um, but with those things being fact, there's always going to be, well, you're not good looking enough, you're not big enough, you're not muscular enough, you're not big enough down there, even if you might be bigger than everybody else. It may you're attractive, but if you had this or that, you're a good person, but if you did this or that, And one of the things about that also that I forgot to say is a lot of the times we're getting these type of backhanded compliments as regular conversation and regular talking points from other people who are really not on our level. The same thing goes with intelligence, because people want to swear that they're intelligent or more intelligent than us. And it's kind of like because of this country's makeup, you know, a lot of people's intelligence is either cultivated or undermined. And our intelligence from a child is undermined while most other people's are cultivated. So people act like they're smarter than us because people catered to them their whole lives and told them they were smart and gave them extra time. Like, for example, if you ever wonder, one of the things about school is if you go to a predominantly black school and you take tests, you know, first of all, a lot of the teachers might not be on your side as a black person as is, so they'd half-ass teach you. But another thing with that is, if you're smart and they know you're smart, they might mess with you. Maybe try to get you in detention, get you suspended, that type of stuff. Because they can't uh, test you intellectually, so they need to, ruin your reputation. Most kids don't know that, but that's what happens on a regular basis. When they test you as far as the standardized test, what it is at some point what winds up happening is they rush you on your test. You get rushed on your test, and most people don't realize that. But when you go to other schools that are non-black, people take their time. They don't rush these people on the test. They have all God, what they call those things. They have these like things that are that I was about to say a company, but it's not a company. Things that they're like they give them an extra break. Not like this person has ADD, so they give them extra time. This person may have a hearing issue, so they give them extra time. This person might have this, so they have different accommodations that make things longer than they have to be. And what winds up happening is you find yourself in a situation where now you're seeing these people who are smarter or looked at as smarter because people have been holding their hand along the way, but when they get out in real life, not that bright. And that's the good thing about dealing with adversity, because adversity will make you better whether you like it or not. I've seen the same thing, in high school, college, with people who, take all the easiest classes to get the greatest grade point average in the world, but then if they try to go into the occupation, they suck. And they might have to choose a different occupation because they're really incompetent, because all they knew was to maneuver to get in the spot, but they never knew how to actually excel in that spot. But if you wind up being there, you won't be smart enough. There have been plenty of brothers that tell you they've been on their job and somebody sees them there and they try to give them, an interrogation about all the things they need to know, and the brothers just, yeah. That's all your question there. I'm surprised. No, you're not surprised. You're just an asshole who, is looking for one, oh, he got a 98 on the test. I told you them people were stupid. Normally people get 100. What did you get? Jim over there got a 72. So the person with a 72 is questioning the person with a 98. Right. So, but it'll never be good enough, as far as relationships go. Man, I mean, just because you're a good guy, like if you're a nice guy, so because you have standards and you won't take certain things off of certain people, that disqualifies you from being a good man. So you're not good enough because you won't take BS. If you're a good guy and you're a husband, Yeah, he's faithful. Yeah, he loves his wife. Yes, he's a family man. But it's always a but. You know, yeah, I don't like his chili. It's just that chili just bothers me, right? Which creates a problem because there's always something that's look at you that you're not good enough. And then we talking about, how can I say this properly? Even if somebody put you in a different position and you had a different, and you fit all of their wants, and you got to that place where you just filled all the wants, they'll make up new wants, and you were good enough for those old wants, but now you're not good enough for these new things. And that's why I say you gotta accept it may never be enough because, um, but ultimately, like I said before, you gotta question the people who are telling you it's not good enough, because a lot of times the people who you will never be good enough for don't even hold a third of the standard that they want you to have, and you might have a majority of it. You know that 80-20 rule? You might have 80, they might have the 20 and tell you you're not good enough. And they want you to get to 100 so you can have enough to overcompensate for all of their lack. So, that's just my opinion on that. I'm out.